Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to talk about Ethereum's rebound on the back of a major ETF announcement. We're going to talk about a potential pardon for SBF. Keep him in there, leave him in there, let him rot. And we're going to talk about the Solana trenches. Are they truly cooked? How you guys doing today? We got a big show. Clemente, I saw your video. It looks like you got absolutely smoked.
Clemente's a little bitch. Absolute piece of shit, garbage friend. Your friend should give you alpha. Your friend should give you CAs that make you excited. They should give you opportunity to better yourself, to find profit in the trenches. Clemente sends me a CA yesterday. No context. Completely blind. I ape. Size. Because normally the chat that's in, it's like, last one we sent in that chat was Trump. And we all did great. We sent Trump at $1 billion, went to 70 billion. Sends me this, no context. I see the ticker name. I don't want to share it because it was my own stupidity. Granted, I should have known that.
You got to give us the context. Give us the context.
It was the Joe Rogan ticker. The Joe Rogan ticker.
Okay.
Things pumping.
Was that
out
real?
the gate. No, of course it's fucking not. Things absolutely pumping out the gate. Moonshine. Cooking. So you know what I do?
Ape.
I clip in 60 Sol.
Yeah, why not?
Fire off a fucking stack. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna be early to this one. Thing starts pumping. I'm euphoric.
Like,
I'm like, all right,
Clemente probably
Sol.
did some research.
I'm 30
right?
Sol. You know what happens? No. You know what happens? You know what happens? This thing insta nukes, giga nukes. 1 week
Like straight
down.
to zero.
1 week's down. It's at 153K. 1 week's down. Your boy's down fucking 47. Sol 11.4K. I go and look at Clemente's P&L. I'm down more than the kid's made his entire trench journey. The fuck is this?
You bought the top of this right here?
No,
Yeah,
I sent it. I sent it at 2 mil, 3 mil.
2 mil, 2 or 3 mil. It was. I think I got in at like 3.3. I think so. Like not even a bad entry. I was up. Like I was up.
The
almost
problem
2x.
was, so I was the problem was I was with Nick and Pio, and I was like, "Yo, Trump or Rogan just mentioned Rogan coin or JRE coin on his podcast. This is an interesting ticker. This is not the real one, but I'm gonna buy it." And then Nick goes, yo, send me the CA. Send me the CA. I'm like, okay, I'll text it to you. He's like, no, just throw it in the group chat, which is a group chat with Easy and Pio also in it. I send it in there, and I sent it in. I'm trying to buy it myself. Meanwhile, Easy has no context. He's going in blind, and catastrophic comms is the reality of it.
So Easy
That
bought
was my
here,
only issue.
2x,
My only
and
issue
said-
was the lack of comms. After I was like, hey,
Yeah.
can I get like a sentence? of
This
what
is when it's
is?
just great that I missed this. Like, I'm so glad that like I was just doing whatever I was doing when this happened and just had no context. You know what I mean? It's like not being on the plane that got hit by the Black Hawk helicopter. Like just not being there is a blessing.
That's
Yeah, definitely.
insane.
So yeah, I mean, Easy, you did have a
Easier
2x.
Wait,
though.
wait.
did have 2x, though, right?
Wait. Kicks, what?
That's an insane.
You didn't hear about that
Don't even
story?
repeat.
Oh, I heard about it. But dude, that's basically
Yeah,
just being
it's
like, yeah, no,
tragedy.
it's a blessing that I'm alive.
Yeah, it is every day. Every ticker I miss, everything that I just, don't get killed by is a blessing.
Every step you take, every move you make.
I'll be watching.
What doesn't
You know?
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Amen. Like literally.
Makes you stronger. Today's episode is brought to you by our friends over at Pizza Pets. Pizza Pets, the #1 collectible in your pocket. So whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Unfortunately, all I did was kill pets. There are no pets that are now stronger for being in my
Every time I drive through Philadelphia and I don't get shot, blessing. Just like every time you feed a pizza pet, it doesn't die. Blessing.
every time you eat a pizza pet gets its wings.
I love that.
Take a look over at Pizza Pets. If you're not familiar, this is an on-chain game on Bitcoin. Looking over at the dashboard, only 14,000 pets remaining, under 25% of the initial supply. Big A in the comments says, "Oh my God, he killed them all." Yes, I did. Cocaine mismanagement. We had some LSD issues. We had lack of feeding, starving them, and then sometimes just not cleaning them. Like they just pooped for too long and then they died. All kinds of issues with my parenting on these pizza pets over the last few months. That's why I'm in the market for an immortal that I don't need to take care of. Right
You
now,
probably didn't give them dewormers either.
I did not do that. So right now we're looking at 1,100 immortals. Most of the pizza pets are in that adult phase, which is the last phase before evolving into immortals. And there are some younger ones here, 1,000 babies, some child, some teens, and one egg left remaining, which is interesting. You can check out Pizza Pets if you want to join and start jumping in on the action. They're available on all major Ordinals marketplaces, Magic Eden included. So 0.001, about $100 to get in and start playing. You can see the different Pizza Pets. They have different traits, characteristics. You can look at them when you're buying them to figure out how soon you need to take care of them. Do they have 1 heart left? Do they have 3 hearts left? Have they pooped? Do they need a shower? All sorts of different things to pay attention to there. Like this guy's got 2 poops next to him. He's on some steroids. He's on something else. So he's going to be a little bit of a rascal to take care of. Looking over at the evolved ones, I'm curious to see what the price is on these immortals. You're looking at roughly a little over 2x the price for an immortal. So I'm kind of in the market for one of these bad boys. I've been talking about it for a while. I'm just like very nervous about moving Sol to Bitcoin right now. And I kind of want to talk about that later in the show. But yeah, these are definitely on my buy list when I'm looking at putting more funds over into the Ordinals ecosystem specifically. So check out Pizza Pets. If you have a Pizza Pet, go to pizzapets.fun to take care of them. You can buy them on all major marketplaces. And I've also pinned a space that they held yesterday providing updates on the ecosystem. It's pinned to our space. So make sure you check that out. More comments. They're dead, Ray. They're all dead.
They're all dead.
Once again, thank you, Pizza Pets, one of our favorite partners, and we love following along on the on-chain game on Bitcoin. All right, moving on. We've got a lot to talk about today. I want to know if Clemente wants to add anything again like yesterday. I know he had that trench breakdown last night, overnight. But before we do,
there's literally nothing to talk. Yeah, let's do the weather report.
I say we can throw over to Kicks for the weather report, and then we'll get into the trenches.
You guys are all gambling addicts. Literally. I just, trade a couple good tickers a week, make some good money, fall in love with things that don't work out. But every casino needs that dude that gets his paycheck and then just hops right over to the casino and blows it all. So you are providing a service. You are providing a service of liquidity to the capital markets. I got to reach over, hit that button right there. Let's get this thing fired up. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Wednesday, January 29th. Looking over at the crypto roundup, the majors are down on the day with Bitcoin.
Nope.
What's going on?
Private chat.
What happened?
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, just a really unprofessional effort,
What
rare
happened?
unprofessional blip by Kicks.
What happened?
You're on
weather
Wednesdays, not Fridays. I've got the link in the chat.
Here we go.
Hold on one sec. I went to Google Drive.
Clemente really lost me $11,500.
That's a lot of money, dude. That's kind of like
That's a lot of fucking money.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday, January 23rd. Looking over at the crypto roundup, majors chopping ETH outperforming on the day. Generally a very bad sign. I'd look for bleeding ahead. Bitcoin just under 105K. Ethereum up to 3350. Solana right at 240. Over the past 24 hours, the SEC approved a combined Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETF from Bitwise. Why not just muddle the waters? The product gives investors exposure to both assets weighted by market cap. Now, Bitcoin investors might be tricked into buying some Ethereum as well. Next up, Sam Bankman-Fried's parents asked Trump to pardon their son. Bankman-Fried, who was sentenced last fall, is serving 25 years in prison for his role in the fall of FTX. Oh, buddy, I don't think that one's going to work out. Ugh. Better get used to selling mackerels in there. Work on your mackerel trades, man. It's going to be a while. Finally, speaking of people pardon, Ross Ulbright lost $12 million due to incorrectly adding liquidity when depositing Ross tokens that were sent to his wallet. Just goes to show everyone has to pay their tuition to the trenches. That dude hasn't been using computers much in a while. It's okay. Welcome back to the real world, Russ. It's not that fun out there. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report. As always, Kicks, we eventually got there.
I struggle at saying words, names, right?
Opening documents, it's all good.
Yeah, but dude, you're putting landmines in there. Bankman friend. Like, I almost said that. I'm like Ron Burgundy. Whatever you put on the teleprompter, I'm going to read.
I do see one little N added there on the call sheet. Nick,
It
good
almost
morning.
got me, dude.
Good morning. How you feeling today? Your ETH bags are up. I know you were complaining yesterday about your punk sale, but we're moving.
Nick
Are
just
we?
looks angry.
ETH's outperforming on the day, up 4% while the majors chopped.
Wow, that's
32.
very nice. And by the way, if Kicks run Burgundy, I'm basically Walter Cronkite.
That video of you on the motorbike yesterday providing the update was excellent. I enjoyed that one.
Nick, I want to hit you with a little curveball today. I did my anti-parasitic quarterly cleanse last night. It's working wonders.
Really?
Yeah. Like literally, my sinuses just this morning, right? My stomach, I feel things just dying, right? It's just like, oh, we're dying. We're all dying in here. I'm going to be phenomenal this next month. You should try it.
Suddenly getting weird
Feedback.
weird skin things here in
Yeah, exactly. All of that stuff is
in
parasites,
Florida.
dude. Nick, if you went down at your Florida ranch, if you were to buy a $50,000 prize horse just to impress a lady, first thing the guy that managed your horse would say, we got to give this guy dewormers. Else he's going to get a bunch of worms and your horse is just going to fall over and die. But they don't do that to humans. Why not? Exactly. Makes you wonder because they want to sell you a bunch of pills, right? Anti-parasitics, not a lot of money in it. But you should do that.
Don't you think there should be some sort of amount of money in it or studies done? Like, is it just all being repressed at this point? I'm done. No. We're not going deep down this rabbit hole. I refuse. I refuse.
Wait, hold on.
I take this game.
Ray. Like, why do you think they're like? What's your interest in it? Have you researched this before?
No, I haven't researched this before, but I'm saying, like, are there not studies out that show this? Like, is this not common knowledge? Is this like the man repressing everything, or is this?
No,
like,
they give ivermectin to like 250 million humans a year,
so
twice a year.
ivermectin was the solution that you were coming.
No,
up with
I
here?
actually took anti-roundworm. It's these little chocolate squares. They're delicious. It's like eating a candy bar. Then the next morning you wake up and you're like, no, there's millions of things dying inside me.
Are they coming out of your butt?
We're going to find out in 45 minutes.
Bishop M saying conspiracy kicks.
GFM pumped 91%.
Yep.
Dude,
It's also
On
Yeah.
the back of Mr. Punk launching it.
Yeah. Why don't we talk about that real quick? Easy, you want to break down what's going on and like what you know about the scenario? I heard you talking about it briefly this morning.
I did not know who the hell Mr. Punk was. Had
That's
no
been, like,
clue.
the, consensus.
Yeah, he's some ETH guy, big KOL trench trader, I guess. And he launched his token and went to like 300 mil out the gate. Now, obviously, it's bleeding because he just keeps saying no utility, no value, no nothing. But because he launched it on GoFundMe, now the fees from it are going back to stakers. So you're going to see, like, I think this could be a good catalyst, in my opinion, to pick up some of this GFM, just in, like I've been saying, in hopes that it becomes a play for like people buying and selling memes on there, staking it and getting rewards from it. Speaking of, I literally just bought GFM here because I've been in and out of it.
I'm sure this was a very ethical launch.
94% insider holding here.
So he broke down exactly what it is. He
Okay.
owns, I believe, 75% of it. Is what it is. So circulating supply is like basically nothing. Oh, he said, I'll buy 90% of the supply. No roadmap, no utility, no promises. 5% of the supply I will sell. 75% of the supply will locked and 10% will be kept for marketing if needed. Else it will be untouched in a public wallet. So by selling 5%, that means that he will be selling essentially 50% of the circulating supply.
I mean, this is the top signal you need, if anything, if the trenches are just absolutely cooked. He got the CA early, literally let it marinate for a good 4 minutes. And then he's like, all right, everybody loaded up. Everybody loaded up. Let's go. And then kablamo, runs up to $400 million market cap. Dude, this is like insane. The pump and dumps are the wildest I think they've ever been. I can't believe it.
So I have some GFM staked. I got 18K tokens staked. It looks like there's 91 soul of pending rewards. I don't know how often this updates. Maybe another 25 minutes. You see,
25 minutes.
So like this is gonna be an interesting one to watch. I staked this like right when I bought it, figuring that if we did have a runner, I could.
Oh my god, dude, it is Redwick so hard.
I mean, yeah, he's selling 50% of the circulating supply. This is like the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yo, dog, gang.
GFM is pumping though. It's up over 100 mil. I scalped it this morning. I traded from 57 to 90 on GFM this morning. On
Nice trade. That was smart to go and buy that after you launched it on there, because I think big quote quality launches. Wolf, you're saying 33%, but math is hard. He owns 90%. 75% is locked. 10% he may never sell. So sorry, 15%. You're right. 33%. 5% is being sold. 5% on the market. That 10% is still there. If he owns 90 and he sells 5% and 5% circulating. Yeah.
I carry the 2.
We were Nick and I were in the trenches yesterday, having some fun. He was like figured out how to track like Frank's wallet. So he's sitting there, he's like, wait, you're telling me Frank bought $1,000 of a shit coin at 50K market cap and pumped it, and then sold right when everybody else bought in at 500K, and then rebuys 5K when the thing dumps by 75%. I'm like, yeah. How do you think he prints?
No, that was not the way that I.
Game is game, baby.
That I framed it.
Well, how was it? The Salvador Dao. Remember that one?
Yeah, he ended up buying a significant amount at like a low level, but I don't know that wasn't actually the issue. It was just he had bought in. Was it that it was that price is what he bought in at?
Well, it was that he got in super low, and then we bought, and we're like, oh shit, wait, he's dumping on us. And then we all sold. We panic sold because everybody, as soon as he sells, everybody else sells, and we're like, wait, we're fucked. So we sold, and then he bought back in lower. Was the
yeah, he's getting more and more movement on that wallet, and it's having like a better track record on that public wallet.
Of course he's gonna get more movement. The dude's printed $2 million fucking dollars. Quite literally, ever since Frank said the N-word on the timeline, the guy's printed $2.5 million. It's absolutely absurd. None of it makes any sense. None of this makes any sense anymore. The space is backwards. I'm absolutely livid right now because of Clemente. Like, I could not have had a worse day yesterday because of him, because of Clemente.
Speaking of the trenches, I saw you and Clemente going back and forth at it on this this pump fuck thing. You put in like
big fan.
I'm trying to find the volume you put up on this, but I want to talk about the volume you put up on this wallet and the meme coins on it. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen now, just to show like the absolute level of degeneracy that's going on. Yeah, here we are.
This is mine. Allegedly, I lost 12 soul on this wallet.
Because it's red.
Yeah, but it does. So it doesn't include. It only includes Pump.Fun memes. My specialty is actually the vintage pre-Pump.Fun memes. That's where I make most of my money. But yeah, I mean the numbers don't lie. And I if I had exported my BullX wallet, I would have been able to connect my wallet and mint one of these. Not ideal.
Yeah, here's Easy's. He traded 3,500 soul worth of volume on this wallet. It also is not only just it also goes further. It's like it's only tickers that include pump at the end. So some Pump.Fun isn't included as well. But 3,500 soul on Pump.Fun memes, 336 memes, and basically break even is a wild statistic.
That's just one wallet too. That's the thing. Like I ran a couple through it. I'm definitely well over $1 million on meme coins.
It's so much action for nothing. I mean, you could have just not done all of that.
Yeah, 100%. Could have literally just done fucking nothing.
Yeah, if you want to check,
You'd be up more if you just did a Tren A cycle. You know what I mean, Pio?
I'm gonna do it live with one of my wallets right now.
You know what I mean, Pio?
No, I don't.
I'm gonna do it live with one of my wallets. There's also a mint attached to this. If you get certain trophies, you can mint. Don't know what's in it. Mystery box. So could be anything. Could even be, who knows? Yeah. So my numbers are a little closer to Clemente's here. 341.
Oh, he's green.
Yeah.
Damn right. Okay.
Midas touch. Percentage of tokens profitable greater than 50%. Look at that win rate there, boys. That's how it's done. Also a quick shooter.
Oh, let me go find the one wallet that I made some good trades in. Let me go do that real quick and just flex on you.
Yeah.
So your wife calls you Ray?
Soul Shrimp, actually. They call me. She calls me
Is this different than what BullX reports?
Yeah, it's going to definitely be different because it's only including pump tickers that have pump in them.
Yeah. And it's not including BullX fees. You're actually down way more.
All right. Well, let me live the dream a little bit here. Up money on this kick. That'd be nice.
Sorry.
Moving on though. Yesterday was a busy day in the trenches, and I kind of want to bring it up and talk about it to an extent. I don't know who else was in, but like following chats yesterday, there was multiple tickers that were launched. A lot of liquidity, like people were complaining about liquidity just like flowing out of different things. We talked about Jelly the other day. That was at 150 mil after a peak of 250 mil, now down under 100 million. People rotating out of the Silicon Valley play, like I predicted, into whatever has the attention. It seems that like it's just a rotation game at this point. We saw the Elon Musk coin that Clemente talked about, potentially people going into this old coin that Elon Musk's dad maybe launched. We saw, yeah, absolutely wild. We saw
historical memes, guys. Historical memes. Yeah, Ray. I think just the name Mercenary Capital. That's the name, the state of affairs.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's holding anything. So, like, if you want to hold like one of these memes, you're like, oh, this is a great play, Silicon Valley utility, et cetera. It's all attention, and attention is rotating to whatever coin is currently getting $5 million worth of 5-minute volume on Pump.Fun, essentially. So, like, that's where all the action is. Everyone's rotating out of their plays and into that, and no one is really holding. So, I'm concerned that we're running into issues on the Pump.Fun side. I would love to hear a counter take easy because I think you had a good day yesterday outside.
Oh, I think you're no, dude. I got fucking rinsed yesterday. I had a very volatile day. I was down 14K, up 3K. I think by the end of the day, I was just clicking buttons to click fucking buttons. And I think I ended up down like 14 grand. The only saving grace was just LPs. And it's all because of Clemente. Like dude, when I see this guy in person, it's on site. Like it's on site. I've already hit up Karate Combat. We're going at it. Like I'm ready. It's time. But besides that, it's I think, Ray, I think you're like terribly wrong. I think like you could not be any more wrong. Like I think your entire take is completely out to lunch, in my opinion. Purely because rotation games, if you look at the metrics, and let's just pull up the metrics right now. There's more people on trenches right now than there ever was before. Griffiths Academy.
They're all rotating. That's still what Ray is
fine. Which is fine. It's like rotation games are not a bad thing because like you make an argument here that like the quote quality memes are not holding up, but the old memes are not holding up. Pump.Fun tokens created a day all-time highs. Migrations all-time highs. We just hit a peak of active concurrent users.
Don't call a meme that was launched 2 days ago an old meme and like Jelly and all these like
for sure. But then you can also take a look at stuff like some of these launchpad plays, some of this stuff that like is infrastructure, I still think has legs. You obviously have things like GFM. I look at stuff like even from the AI agent side, like I'm a big fan of Moby. And yeah, Moby's down from its peak slightly, but it's still up almost at 100.
Oh, it's 80.
Mil.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like this is still holding well. Like these are things like this that become more interesting because as they announce future announcements, stuff ends up running on it. So
Ray,
that's
here's why you're
here.
wrong. Here's 3 tickers out of 1 million that prove that you're wrong.
Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, obviously you can go and look at someone like dude, GOAT. I don't think GOAT ever comes back. Fartcoin, I think Fartcoin has potential to come back. But like when you look at data and stuff from it, you can say the trenches are dead. But if the trenches were dead, then volume would be slowing down, not increasing. And the number of runners that are happening, yeah, people are rotating because there's so many runners every day and they want to catch the next big one. Like that's why rotations happen. And that's what I think we're seeing in the market is you have a very active market right now where this same thing happened during NFT Mania. New mints dropped. People sold good bags to rotate to new mints to try to catch the 5 to 10x.
Speaking of Mania,
I guess if like the chart looked a little different, easy, like you can make a case that like, hey, this thing ran to 71 million in like 3 days. You know, like it didn't like I think the issue is that everyone jumps in these early, FOMO's the top, and then it retraces to like some floor that is still like decent. Like Jelly had a $70 million floor for a coin that's launched 48 hours ago is interesting. If the chart looks like this, we're talking about a different story.
Exactly. I think the out the gate price action, I think if anything, let's look at Jelly in 2 to 3 days, like after the weekend. And if it starts rebounding, now that price action is significantly more interesting to me. Like if you can stay out of the new stuff and wait for consolidation, I bet you can find more winners over like a quote midterm plays.
What this feels like with the quick action. It's kind of like when NFTs started going to the whitelist meta and they would just come out the gate at 4 ETH. You know what I mean? And then you're like, instead of it like launching at like a 0.10 mint and grinding up to 4 ETH, you know, now these memes, like if you miss them for an hour and a half, you know, you're coming out. It's like, okay, cool. So I can buy them at 4 ETH. What's my upside at 4 ETH? You know, like that's when I started staying away from buying a lot of memes on secondaries when they all came out of the gate. But I think part of this is just the
secondary, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Right. PL. Like you remember when like you could buy them and you could actually like over a couple of weeks, they would appreciate to a price. And there was a period of time where everything's just coming, like Mechaverse is coming out of the gate at like 7.
Real quick, I just want to comment on this. During the NFT craze, we had new liquidity flowing in from Normies. Sound Money's always saying I'm cranky, and this will add to that argument. You're terribly wrong that you don't think Normies are here. MoonPay just added 1 million users in January. That alone shows Normies are here. Moonshot just had back-to-back months of all-time high users. That's a very normie-focused app. Slingshot just had all-time high new users. Very normie-focused app. Sure, maybe we're not getting in the trenches. Normies are buying meme coins.
Easy,
Like,
my golf buddy is
coins.
on Phantom, dude. Just buying meme coins.
1000%. Nick's sleeping because he's so tired of this.
No, I'm not sleeping. I can't fucking.
His autism got triggered.
Is it not working? Is my mic not working?
No, we can hear you. Real quick, we should take a look at the Rift chart because it's pulled back quite a bit. And I wonder what the chart boys think of this one as an opportunity, because I feel like its market cap, like, has this thing bottomed, do we think? Like, where do we think we're at with this?
It's the same thing with Jelly Jelly. It came out too hot. Like, even the team has like talked to us and like directly, and we work with them, and even they were like, yeah, this blew out expectations. I think that's the big issue right now is so many people want to catch the next peanut, the next $1 billion coin, where this is easily, in my opinion, a $50 million market cap. It's slightly sold off here. Like, it's bottom. Look at the chart. It's very flat here, consolidating. The second when you get a volume uptick and their marketplace goes live for these modules, this is going to run back twice as hard. Like, this to me is a good chart to buy now that sellers are basically exhausted. Hype and speculation has slowed down. I'd be a buyer here because I think this is easily a $50-60 million market cap coin, especially with the teams that are backing it from a venture capitalist standpoint, especially with the actual product release. I don't think AI agents are leaving anytime soon, and incentivizing the actual use case and quote building ability of it. I think that this is like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I think I'll probably buy some right now. But do you want to chart it a little bit?
I would need we could dive into a chart.
Easy, draw some lines.
I mean, it's
just
a down line.
Like, there's not much to chart on it yet.
Get the mozzarella sticks out. Let's go.
It's like a day old. That's
Put a little
tough part. We need like a couple days on this.
Like, I want to buy. Give me that chart. Give me that.
Just put a simple Fibonacci on it. Put a Fibonacci 786 retrace.
That's probably exactly where it is, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I thought about this a lot last night, as far as
I delete it.
The trenches.
Quick, delete this.
I was thinking a lot about the trenches, and it feels like a lot of the people that are trenching right now feel like FOMO because they're like, the cycle is going to be ending soon. Like, I'm late. I didn't buy enough Solana or whatever. They made all these trades, and they're like, I have 6 months to try to turn the $5,000 I have or $10,000 I have into $100,000. So they're just going into the casino every single day. They're not holding anything, and they're just trying to take swings until they find the big one, and are just playing this teeter-totter up and down. I had a thought yesterday. I was talking to Pio about it. I was like, dude, I could have bought one Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at like 30K, and I only had like 30K in crypto in general. Now I can buy like 2 Bitcoin or whatever, but it's after grinding. Like, I could have just held that 1 Bitcoin and I wouldn't have had to do anything else. And I would be like, still have more Bitcoin than I currently have right now.
You're also not factoring in putting all your new money into it too between then and now. You're not factoring that in at all. You know,
and then also leasing his kidney and taking
plasma donations.
Brian Johnson's plasma tweet went giga-viral.
My college roommate Pio used to donate plasma just to get beer money back in like 15 years ago. He went to a little clinic and just said, and I was just like, I'm not doing that, man, because like I don't know what plasma is exactly, but like I think like my body probably needs it, so I'm gonna like hold on to my own plasma. I'll figure out a different way to make it. But yeah, I think the trenches are just going crazy right now because the trenches are alt season and majors are chopping. So if you want to play somewhere.
Real quick, if you're like going nuts right now in crypto in general, whether it's like the meme coin trenches or elsewhere, the gentleman Peter Dwan that I talked to yesterday in our podcast about MicroStrategy, shout out to everybody that listened to that. Some of the daily listeners were in there, so shout out to you guys. You guys kick ass. He told us. Oh, actually, this was off air that he told us this. So anyway, yeah. So he told us off air. He ain't gonna find this out. Fuck it. He's not listening to the show. Don't tell him. He told us that he never mind. Fuck it.
What?
Throw to somebody
What?
else. Somebody else. I totally, dude. So I had to run an errand this morning. I didn't drink my coffee until now. I just totally forgot that was off air. I don't want to.
That's good. Off the record is what old school journalists say, you know, versus on the record. No, but that's fine. And
Well,
I
can you give
appreciate
us
you
the
protecting
general
your
gist?
sources.
Can you get?
He said that he got caught up in the market.
Oh, you're talking about the last market.
He got caught up in the market last cycle and forfeited some of his gains. Let's put it that way. Okay.
That'll happen, dude, even to the greatest.
I was curious. Yeah. Well, that's why, like him explaining, I think there was a missing data point there, which is how much money he actually made. Like at the end of the day, we all I did the exact same thing in the sense that I had $30,000 put over $1 million in my bank account, and then and went as high as $2 million, but it came down some. I then traded maybe $70,000 when we started the show, basically just down to zero. And so that's why I think the percentage really matters. If I had traded $500,000 down to zero after that, that would have been wild. That would have been a devastating situation for me on a relative basis. But Easy's had some big wins, and now he's going through the loss cycle of that over the past however many hours, and all thanks to Clemente. And so I think that's just kind of the reality is when the market's going up, it's really easy to have wins. And also if you're early, the Trump token was really interesting because if you're someone who's religiously in front of their computer, then you made money. That's basically what Frank is doing, as far as I'm concerned, outside of maybe front running himself without any evidence of demonstrating that. But
they talked on Rasmer's stream about it. They said he literally sits in front of his laptop for 12 to 14 hours and just scans and clicks. But me and Clemente interviewed Orangey, and he said for the last 9 months, he's in front of his computer for 12 to 14 hours a day. Cupsy, who's the best trench trader, I watch his trading. He starts at 8 a.m. and he ends at 2 a.m. every single day. Monday to Sunday.
I'm good on that. I mean, you know what it literally is, Easy? This is just poker grinders.
Yeah.
This is the lifestyle of a poker grinder is you have a very disciplined trading strategy, and you have to sit at your computer and you have to grind the tables for 12 to 14 hours a day. And just the math, the reality math, it's the same in daily fantasy sports. It's the same in poker. It's the same in everywhere. You have about 13 to 20% long-term winners and 80 to 87% long-term losers. And that's just the name of the game. And that's how the profits are made. And you got to grind.
So look at all the comments.
I don't know if you saw my 50% win rate there, but just saying.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. So back to the conversation. So all of the comments here are yo, but Frank could be building DGods. The problem is he's making what's in his best interest, which is money for himself. Because if he works on DGods right now and launches stuff, 90% of the stuff that gets released, people are just fudding. And in this entire space, what incentive? Look at Pengu. Pengu's token, apparently it's starting to pump again, but which is like hilarious, like starting to pump again. But the like reality is
Being a builder is hard.
Token, there's not a lot of incentives. Look at Ape Chain, the successful.
The
in
people
this space.
asking for you to focus on it are looking to dump their assets when you give them an excuse to. That's it. They're underwater and they want you to pump the assets so that they can exit. The people who like the best DGod supporters aren't selling their assets and aren't sitting here asking Frank to pump their bags. You have people like Sonny, Mark Colser, some of these other guys, Aaron DGods, who are diehard DGod guys that will never sell their DGods and aren't saying, why isn't he working on DGods? The ones who want him to be working on DGods are literally just the ones who want to exit the ecosystem because they're underwater. Like, Frank is doing stuff for Solana as a whole. He was the largest contributor to the hackathon. If you were in DGods, the dude deployed $1 million or 700K into the fucking token in one clip. Like, he hit a huge win and just rotated the profits into it. Like, he's giving you points to find an exit. Like, I don't know. That's how I look at it right now. Yeah, also shout out Got Bounced, diehard DGod, even though he rocks the OMB. That's fine. It's cool. Like, maybe you could be a better advocate if you had the PFP, or could have been a Bodoggo, but I digress.
Yeah, but Nick, back to what you were talking about last cycle. I don't think you ever suffered from mania. I think that if anything, out of our crew, I might have suffered from the most mania out of anybody, in the sense that I was like, yeah, I'm going to hold the NFTs forever like I'm holding the Bitcoin, which was like not a good idea. Obviously, there was enough of a buffer to still sell them for 6 figures of profit, which is like so lucky. Because in meme coins, you don't get that. Meme coins aren't nearly as forgiving. You guys remember last cycle, the NFT downturn was actually a slower grind. Easy, when he talked about his 2017 cycle behavior, that sounds like mania, where, you know, you ran up the big bag and then I think you said that you basically lost the whole thing. That sounds like pretty manic. But there were a lot of mania people last NFT cycle. People in my DM saying NFTs took everything from me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
Took
you
everything from me.
put a bunch of money into random shit, like an outrageous amount of money into random shit, and lost it all. It's kind of crazy.
Well, someone's got to lose for others to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Blake just brought up Akutars. Had I sold that at the top, it was like $250,000. I ended up clearing like closer to like 80 or 90,000 of profit. I'd rather have the $250,000.
I remember listening to those shows, and your conviction in those was crazy. I wasn't with the team at that point, but I've always been a listener, so I remember that, and I was like, I mean, this makes a ton of sense. And
Right. We were sitting in Cape Cod, me, Nick, Pio, and Clement, or me, Nick, Pio, and Kix. The first time I met these guys, and we were telling Pio to just take some chips off the table, and he was like, absolutely not. Literally no shot. The contract lock happened while we were in Cape Cod.
No, the contract
Right
lock
before?
while I was
After.
I was driving to New York
Right
City
after.
that day. And then
Oh,
dude,
okay. So it happened after.
It was such a different time. People were like people from the Bodoggo's Discord, or at that time the Nifty Portal Discord, were like reaching out to me. It was just like such an interesting time. Still, you know, made almost a 6-figure profit on the deal. You know what I mean? Which is more than a lot of people could say, which is, you know, obviously fantastic. Would have rather have the $250,000, obviously. At the same time, by the same token, if I had done the take profit thing with Bitcoin, I wouldn't, you know, be in the situation that I'm in now, right?
Yeah. You found a play that aligned with your trading style, which is you want to be very selective, pick really good things, and hold them and maximize profit off of them. You're a nit poker player, which is a profitable strategy.
I'm actually just an investor. That's I think that's what you call it, is investing in quality.
Yeah, he's using the same analogy he did earlier with poker, like someone who's conservative, holds, waits for good hands, and then puts in the chips on the good hands.
No, I know.
Yeah, a nit's playing pocket aces, you know, ace kings, you know, high suited. A nit's not playing 6-9 of spades, you know, raising pre-flop like Easy would.
Yeah, I'm holding the commodity that the countries are buying. I feel
exactly.
good about that one. You know,
Yeah, it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good investor.
What kind of poker strategy is that, Kix? Holding the best asset in the freaking world forever and never
He
sell.
only plays pocket aces and he folds everything else. That's it. He just sits there folding and getting big, small check to zero.
Every time he gets
Until
pocket aces,
finally
he's
he
like,
catches
I'm
it and
all
looks at
in.
everyone.
This on the flop, and then he's out. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
We saw some ETF movement yesterday, maybe affecting price action. SEC approved a combined Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. We also saw an XRP ETF get filed by Grayscale, which is another big one entering the ETF realm. Is this combined Bitcoin Ethereum ETF a difference?
Dumb idea.
Essentially, what it does is it weights the assets by market cap. So obviously, it has more Bitcoin than Ethereum, but it gives the investor exposure to each one. You're a Bitcoin investor. Are people who like Bitcoin buying this?
We can just cover this quickly. You're just going to see more and more financial products that hit the market that are like this. All of these different weighted ETFs. Look at TradFi. Look at the random ass shit you can buy in the ETF world in TradFi. You're just going to see this. Overall, it's good to have more stuff out there, and it's going to give people more data as the years go on, where people will look and say, okay, well, the ETH ETF did this, the Bitcoin ETF did this, the blended Bitcoin and ETH ETF did this. You're just going to see more of it. I don't really think it's worth discussing. I think it's interesting to point it out for sure. I'm glad you brought it up. I wasn't even aware that it was happening. We're going to see a lot of stuff. What I'm interested in is just more spot ETFs for different majors like Solana and Dogecoin. I bought one share of the Ethereum ETF around the time that it launched because I just wanted to pay attention to it and see how it would perform against other, TradFi assets that I had, aka MicroStrategy, Misty, and IBIT. And it's just like, it's like gone down since it dropped, which is fascinating to me considering the inflows into the Bitcoin ETF. So look, the TradFi world's dipping its toe into crypto. I can't wait to see a Solana ETF and a Doge ETF. I think those are fucking interesting. I don't think anybody knows what Ethereum is, including crypto people and including the people making Ethereum. And I don't think that you can expect someone buying ETFs to understand what Ethereum is, no matter how you explain it to them. I think if you explain it to them simply, you might be lying. I think you might be spinning it in a way that you think sounds good, but is not accurate. I think it's much easier to explain Doge and Solana to a traditional investor. I also think that Doge has more brand value, and post-Trump launch on Solana, dude, for Fred Krueger to get out of bed one day after he told me directly on a podcast a year and a half ago to sell all of my Solana, and he had never used it before. Think about it. The guy's just, it would be like if I told Ray to just do some like exercise that I'd just never done before, or I told Clemente to go like do something I'd just never done before. It doesn't make any sense at all. And then after the Trump token launch, the dude gets out of bed and goes, hey, maybe the Solana thing that literally just ran from $8 to $240 in a year and a half might be worth checking out. Would you look at that? It's been climbing the leaderboard of crypto for a year and a half. You know what? Now that Trump did it, let me take a look. And then all of a sudden he's writing tweets where he's like, there's a lot of things pretty good. I mean, it's just how the world works, man. If everybody did the due diligence, then people would have bought Solana for a lot lower than they're buying it now, So I think all this TradFi stuff is super interesting to point out, but I'm not focused on the blended Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF.
Yeah, it's like Neapolitan ice cream. It's for people without personalities.
What?
I like that. Easy. Moving on. You've been vindicated a little bit here. Elon came out and tweeted yesterday, when a coin graduates from Pump.Fun, the liquidity pool is burned. PF liquidity pools have a minimum price, meaning that thousands of SOL are taken from circulation every time a coin bonds, with hundreds of migrations daily. Conservatively, $500 million worth of SOL has been burned forever. Easy. You took a lot of flack for this take on the timeline.
I was called a dumbass for 72 consecutive hours for my original post on this, saying that, I mean, granted, my number was a little bit higher, like 2x. I said like 1 billion SOL, and basically the unlocks are priced in because of how much SOL's locked. Everyone said my math was wrong, which it was. The thesis was correct. That's it. I'm not a math major, all right? That's it. But the thesis was correct. When those things are burned, the Solana's locked in that contract, and you just saw how many tokens. There's 1,000 tokens a day graduating to Radium right now. All of those tokens, even the ones that go to zero, have some capacity of that supply locked. That alone is bullish for the price of Solana. Like, it offsets this inflation, plain and simple. Granted, it doesn't help that they're transferring 9,000 Solana every like 2 weeks and just nuking it. But besides that, there is so much money that is locked in these tokens that you can't even argue it anymore. Like, yeah, sure, you could say Pump.Fun's negative for the market. Pump.Fun is bad. Dude, you could say casinos and sports betting are bad. People still go and place 20-leg parlays every Sunday in hopes of hitting it big. I don't know. To me, that's where I look at it and I'm like, this is a bullish thing in short because that volume is locked. Like that is a big win for Solana.
I think it's just so rare in this space to see a DApp that actually generates a substantial amount of revenue. We haven't seen it since OpenSea, that like people like treat it as a negative. It's the same thing. If you remember when Beeple sold an art piece for $69 million and he sold all of the Ethereum at like $1,200 and then took most of it out of the ecosystem, and people just like crapped on him. Oh, if you held it to the top, you would have made more money and stuff like that. And they don't realize that like when you generate revenue as a business, you have these things called taxes, right? It's a crazy concept. And you have to then take money out to pay for your taxes, right? And then you also have employees, you have costs, yada, yada, yada. Like Pump.Fun generating $500 million should be like, wow, guys, we've had an actual app this cycle that launched and was massively successful. For some reason, users, they don't like the idea of anyone making money other than them. But more importantly, they don't like the idea of a known entity making money. They would rather have shadowy insiders, scammers, ruggers, mev bots extract all of the money from the space, but there's no target there for them to throw tomatoes at. So it's just a weird dichotomy of this space. Like, they should make money. We talk about them every day. Everybody talks about them. They're by far the most successful app launched this cycle. If you don't think they should make $500 million, and basically what you're saying is I don't want top tier entrepreneurs to come into this space because I don't want people that can make a lot of money in this space.
Yeah,
that's basically what you're saying.
This is another topic that's just flat out not worth discussing, in the sense that like the idea that you're shaming someone for building a product that has clear-cut product market fit. It has a bajillion users every single day and is generating an assload of revenue every single day, and saying that that's bad is the most preposterous thing ever. What do you want? But it's not even worth talking about, because the people that are the people that are making those comments just aren't relevant.
Yeah, and people have amnesia. OpenSea won with the market. Pump.Fun won with 90% of users losing it. Simple. Run back the tape, dude. Like, do you really think like 70% of OpenSea users made money? Mathematically, it just doesn't work out. Mathematically, for multiple people to make millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, there has to be a fucking holocaust of people that lost. That's just how the math works out. Like, it's just facts. Like, here's the thing, mathematically, if 55% of people win at anything and 45% of people lose, like there's no money. There's no millionaires made. There's no francs, if that's how and you look at anything. You look at daily fantasy sports, you look at poker, you look at any sort of thing in that niche. You look at esports, right? You're going to see the same numbers work out. It's just like Fibonacci math, spiral theory, whatever you want to call it. You're going to have about the Pareto's law, 80-20. You're going to have 80% losers, 20% winners. And out of those 20% winners, 1% of them are going to win the vast majority of the money. That's just how it always works out in any sort of, that's how it worked out in NFTs. That's how it's working out in meme coins. That's how it works in poker. That's how it works in daily fantasy sports.
How it works in sports, how it works in music, how it works in anything.
Yes.
Clemente was
distribution.
80% of the tennis matches he was in. He knows this one. Yeah. He knows this one intimately, right? Clemente, you were kicking people's asses.
Just dominating.
Launch the ticker, Pareto's law.
Pareto's law actually
all the ticker 80-20.
Way too sophisticated.
Yeah, yeah, just numbers. Pareto's law. I want to kind of talk about this. This is really Uzi's take. He says it's my take. But there's room for other platforms because barely any of us use the Pump.Fun website. I actually found some people use the Pump.Fun website. Shout out Tyler D, who said, I only trade on the Pump.Fun website or Jupiter, which I didn't know people did outside of Clemente 6 months ago.
That's diabolical. Tyler, for him to do that is insane.
Yeah. What? So I want to combine this with we just want to pump.
That's like saying you buy your food from the grocery store. You don't drive to like the farm to get it. You know what I mean? Like an infra distribution play, it doesn't matter if people build on top as long as people are, using the infra.
Yes, I wanted to ask Easy's opinion because he talked about both these tokens. We saw the pump from GFM this morning. We also have Pekin. I think they had a space yesterday. I didn't listen to it. I heard some people
Terrible
say it was
name. Terrible name.
but they're running as well. Are you still interested in these infra plays here after they've kind of dipped off all-time highs, Easy?
I think GoFundMe is going to have like a nice rally of tokens launching on it after the Mr. Punk coin just did. Like, I guess the team helped facilitate it. So I think that alone is going to give it enough of a catalyst to actually move higher. It's pulling back off of that massive candle that it saw, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I think that that's actually like a decent little retrace here. Made a new high, holding higher lows. You basically wanted to get back to all-time highs, which I think it can. If they come out with basically anything that has some signs of positive aspects, this thing is going to cook.
They helped Mr. Punk launch a complete rug that ran to 450 million and is now down 90%. I mean, that's bullish. That's very bullish.
The easy strategy is if there's a gold rush and everyone's gonna if everyone's looking for gold, if you can't own the shovel company, at least invest in it.
100%. And then on top of it, this shovel company actually gives you back the money they make.
They give you shovels.
This game token, back. Every dollar traded on it, the fees from that go back to the stakers. So you are basically part of this crime.
Yeah, that's why I liked Easy.
Dude, if the mob's taking over the city, don't you want to be a part of it? Like if we were in Arkham City and Batman was kicking ass, but I could be part of like the Joker's squad and he's printing millions. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna paint a smile on my face and wear a mask and rob banks. What the fuck?
I think that's a good video game right there. I think it's similar to like Easy. You harped for a while to buy Radium and buy Jupiter. And those have repriced aggressively to the upside over the past couple of weeks, as I think more people are realizing, like, hey, like own the infra. Like, if you can't win at the meme coin,
if you can't win in the trenches, be part of the trench. Like, be digging the trenches instead of scalping them. Like, that's it. Yeah. Like, you can literally be the house in the casino right now. That's the thing. Is like, why would you overthink it? If you can't sit in the trenches all day and you're hearing about these like Fortnite kids that are spending 45 hours a day in the trenches, you can quite literally make the money off of them by just owning the back end tech.
If you can't be an infantryman, be the engineer that builds the Maginot line.
Yup. I don't know what the fuck the Maginot line is.
Is that like the trench fortification in World War I that the French built?
Exactly.
Yeah, heavily fortified. Very, very heavily fortified.
Okay. Interesting. We saw a Bitcoin Rune launchpad launch yesterday. Anyone try this out yet?
I bet Clemente's all over that, dude.
No, that is something I could not give any less of a shit about.
Wait. It's kind of like Pump Funny.
Odin, I like that name. That's a fun name. Yeah, because it's very Nordic, right? Runes are very Nordic.
Yeah, you see a lot of Odins. Let me I need to pull it up on a different tab that has my X first. But essentially what this is, it's like Pump.Fun for runes. So you're trading them pre-bond, and then they get etched or made when they like hit bond. So it's like trying to introduce liquidity and like quick trading on Bitcoin runes using their L2.
I'm up 80%. Dump it. All right, I gotta check back in 30 minutes.
No, it's all on there. It's all
chart. Oh shit, block space is tight. It's gonna be 3 business days.
So like the pre-bonding isn't on the blockchain.
Yeah, it's none of this is. It's
dude,
on
migrating on Bitcoin. We thought migrations on Pump.Fun took a while. This thing's gonna take a month. It's like,
so if you get stuck in migration, you're so pissed off.
Probably about the same time, to be honest. Like we've seen Pump.Fun take 30 minutes to migrate. That's the time here. But so like essentially is you deposit into this custodied wallet and you're trading it on like an L2 on Bitcoin. When it hits a certain threshold, then it graduates and then becomes a rune.
No, that's cool though.
So like I just wanted to highlight this because it's providing some of that infrastructure that we're seeing on Solana on runes. But I think like I don't know, I'm becoming more and more bearish on runes by the day, and I think you're seeing it on my timeline. Is like nobody cares, and like where's the liquidity come from? Clemente?
We have an update from Mr. Punk. It breaks my heart to say this, but there was an unforeseen error in tokenomics. I will burn every coin I have and hope to have a solution for relaunch next week. I'm so sorry.
No, this got to be fake. That's got to be
real?
fake. That's got to be fake. No way.
Hold on, I gotta find this guy.
No way, that's real.
Okay, no, that was fake. That was fake. Okay, I got baited. I got baited. Oh my god, dude.
There's
So
somebody
this
in the chat who's
this is
trying to
the
bait
new
me, so
Ben.eth, huh?
Yeah.
This guy's the new Ben.eth. Hey, man, cook it. Hey, you buy it, it goes up. You sell it, you make money. You know?
All right, so what are we watching for today? We got Nikita Beer, potentially launching a meme coin still, right? That's on the docket. What else are you watching for today in the trenches? Easy. It's just runners with volume.
Yeah, I think I'm a big gang buyer here. I think this is just quality at 40 mil market cap. You know, only 10% circulating, so it's actually a 4 mil market cap.
So I actually am watching for this AIGG launch on Solana, not on Solana, on AVAX. I don't have any.
nice.
I'm looking for the launch. It's a gaming AI agent, and it's used. It'll be the first launch of D-Launch, which is a launch pad for AI agents on the AVAX ecosystem. So I don't know. I think I've been trading a little bit on AVAX, and it's actually a lot more fun because they want people to go over there and like play on their using their tech. So they're supporting any new builders. Like Solana is such an overflow of like people launching shit that like people like AVAX are like, yeah, when there's quality shit, they're supporting it a lot. So I don't know. I think it could be an interesting buy. I'll be watching for it. It's supposed to launch at some point today.
I've got another one too on Avalanche. I think things are heating up over there. I shared a link. Maybe I'll pin it. There was a pre-sale. Was it Ket was the pre-sale? The last one that cooked?
Yes, Ket.
So there's another pre-sale here. Wink, 72-hour pre-sale application. Just got to go sign up. Tell them why you think that you deserve this. Attach your social, what you do in Web3, and then it's basically you potentially get in. So no risk.
Dude,
Takes
my
about 5
ex
minutes.
won't connect.
Say again. Say
I've
that
been
again.
trying to connect X and it just won't fucking connect.
I had that issue this morning. I clicked it a couple times and ended up going through. They might be having like API overload. So maybe just try it again a little later. But like I clicked it like 7 or 8 times, just sat on that screen. I popped back over later and it was like, okay, you're in. So yeah, I'll pin this to the space where you can just check me out, RCAV NFT. There's the link there, or you can follow them, wink_realm. Just another interesting opportunity potentially for today. Anything else you're watching here? Anything you're buying on a dip, or are you just basically trenching as usual, easy?
I'm just trenching as usual and providing liquidity for GFM now.
Interesting. Yeah, a little bit of a dip here on G. Well, actually, no, it's back up to 82, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. So do you think it goes as gang goes, or you think gang is just irrelevant and maybe it's just a catalyst?
Doesn't matter. It just shows that there's levels of support for it.
Okay. Interesting. Kicks, what about you? Anything you're watching for today before we wrap?
No, I'm just working today. Toito meme. And
When's that live?
got a new we're hoping, so we got the T all set up. Right now we have to basically run a stress test to make sure that the meme master will actually pick a meme. And not just reject all of the meme submissions that come in. And then I'm also working on a new prototype for a Toito that we can alpha test in Bodagos.
Ooh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to open up one of those, one of the things in Bodagos that we can do the thing with?
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. What's Toito meme for those who might be new?
Yeah. So Toito meme, the idea is that we're launching a fully on-chain agent called the Meme Master. And the Meme Master's job is to pick the ultimate meme. And so all of the users will essentially send ETH via their AI agent, who's going to send in meme coin submissions, ideas for meme coins to the Meme Master. And the Meme Master is supposed to be super selective, reject most of the submissions, right? Vast majority of them. And eventually when some other agent comes up with a banger meme coin idea, it's going to launch and deploy autonomously this meme coin with all of the ETH in the smart contract as a liquidity pool. So the cool thing is if you're making submissions with your AI agent, even if they're all getting rejected, you're still getting a percentage of the meme coin that it eventually launches. Based on how much ETH you put in the pool. And then the winning submission gets like 1 or 2% supply as like a, hey, your agent made the winning meme coin. But it's a cool way to basically see, can AI agents work with this Meme Master AI to make the ultimate meme. So it'll be really fun. It's way more collaborative. Toito Friends is very competitive, right? Like you're trying to beat everybody else. With Toito meme, everybody's working together to try to make the ultimate meme. So it should be pretty fun.
That is cool. Is it gonna be the same like style of prompt? You're gonna prompt your AI
Yep.
on like what kind of memes to launch?
Exactly. So you can write it super broad. So I've written like test prompts, like just make awesome meme coin ideas, right? Versus you could narrow it down. You could be like, make meme coins based on US presidents, right? And you'll be able to put in ETH with a prompt. So you can write a prompt and be like, I want to spend 0.10 ETH on this prompt, right? And you can write another prompt and be like, I want to put a half an ETH in on this prompt idea. It basically, all the AI agents will be working together with the meme master AI agent, the meme dev, who's going to be living on chain, taking in all of these meme coin submissions. Eventually, it's going to pick a winner. And when it does, that AI agent's going to autonomously deploy the meme coin on the blockchain. So like, if you remember way back in the day, Turbo 2023, feels like a lifetime ago, right? He went to Claude and he was like, make me a meme coin, right? And then he launched it himself. With this, the AI agent is going to pick a meme coin from maybe thousands of submissions and autonomously launch the meme coin, airdrop the supply all itself, fully on chain. So it should be really fun. And the nice thing is it takes like well, what if I suck at prompting away, right? Because you could spend an ETH with bad prompts, not get picked, but you're still going to get an ETH's worth of the winning meme coin airdrop to you.
Interesting. So if you get the winning meme coin pick, you also get a bonus?
Yes, exactly. So you'll get like 1% of supply on top of whatever percentage of the pool you own.
That's cool. And are you launching it, like you're writing all this code? I don't know how many people are like, you want to dive in the deep for this, because I'm like super interested. Are you writing like the custom code to like launch the meme coins yourself, or are you launching them on like Pump.Fun?
Yeah, no. So it'll fully deploy because we'll have enough ETH in the pool that we don't need to like get liquidity via Launchpad. So it'll just straight up launch on chain. It'll launch the meme coin. It'll pair the liquidity. Then it'll airdrop the supply to everybody that submitted in. So right now we have it all like hooked up, like the agents on chain right now. We're just running tests against the system prompt just to make sure like it's not going to be fun if it picks like the third meme coin, right? And it's also not going to be fun if it never picks a meme coin, right? So today we're basically firing it up and we're going to run like 1,000 prompts against it and see if it eventually picks a winner. It's like, oh, this idea is badass. Let's launch it.
That's cool.
But yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, excited to see that. That's gonna wrap it up for today's show. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for sticking it out with me, Kicks. We're the last two men standing. Apparently everyone else decided to drop out of here. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you all for listening. It's been a wonderful week. It's a wonderful Friday. You can catch our show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Catch us on all major podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple. Watch us back on YouTube. Look at all the graphs and charts we're showing you. Thank you all for listening. Have a wonderful Friday.
Have a wonderful Friday and weekend.